Hi friends, so I'm going to show you how we can continue on with our animated name project in Scratch. And I'm going to remind you of one thing and then show you one or two things to get you going. So when you get to IMS for Kids and go to the coding page, you're obviously going to go to Scratch. But because we saved our projects the other day, we are going to still click on Create. And then we're going to wait for it to loading. And here where it says File, we're going to load from our computer because we saved it to our computer. So it's the one that says Scratch Project. It could be in your download folder and it could be in your drive. You just got to take a quick peek for it, but it is named Scratch Project. So I'm going to click on it, click Open, and it's going to load. I am definitely getting rid of that little video. So one thing I want to remind you of is we have our names. And what I want to remind you of is that when you go, before you test your code on the letter, make sure you drag over this block at the bottom that says go to X, blah, 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 Y, blah, blah, blah. Because remember, what that does is that it will automatically set your letter back to the position it was when you first started. Also remember to go into your look blocks and make sure you drag over the set size to 100%. And now that I'm looking at this, I think I'm going to move this here to do the same. All right, and that will reset your blocks when the code is done running. The only way you're going to do that, remember, is if you drag over a repeat block that lets you change how many times you repeat it. So let's go over in here. So I want to show you a quick thing of what you can do to help you make it look like your letter is bouncing. Before I do that though, I'm gonna make sure my size goes back to 100%, and I'm gonna make sure my position goes back to where it was. All right, so to make your letter look like it's bouncing up and down, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this block that is change Y by 10. So Y is over here and it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. So when you change Y by 10, and you can change this number, so I'm going to change it by 20. That means it's going to go up. But I also want it to go down. So I'm going to drag over another change Y by 10. And I'm going to do a minus 20. Because remember, a minus is subtraction and we're taking away. So we're going to go down 20. And this is what it should look like. There's my T, there's my R, and I lost. Oh, yep, there's my C. Awesome. All right. Oh, there's my A. I'm going to drag this back over here. Please stop. All right, so I'm just going to make sure I'm going to change this to -4.
Oh, like the background.
I think that's my son. So that's how you can make it look like it's bouncing up and down. I'm going to go over. So let's see. We're going to just click this play. There we go. All right. And I want to just click on my C letter to make sure. Change Y by 20. Okay, that should work. The other thing that, yeah, that's it. That's really all I wanted to show you today. Oh, no, I'm going to show you one more thing. So I'm going to click on my last letter. I'm going to drag over my event block. So we've got two new cool things that you can do today to make your letter make your letter move. I'm going to make sure I have it changed my size by oh, wrong one. Make sure it goes back to 100%. and then make sure it goes back to its current position. So I can just click it over and over again. So now what I want to show you is how you can make the letters look like it bounces. So what we're going to do is we are just going to have the block move. I'm going to have it move 25 steps. I'm going to have this repeat 20 times. And I'm going to probably change all my repeat blocks so they look the same. And now what we're going to do is make it bounce off the edges. So what we're going to do is drag over this little thing that says if on edge bounce. And I just want to see if this has another costume. Nope. So if it's on the edge, it's going to bounce, which is kind of cool. So that just means it's going to look at, see, it goes across the screen over and over again. Pretty cool. And I think I'm going to actually change these to 50. So those are a couple of things you can do. And then you're going to want to play around with how many times you have it repeat. And so I just want to remind you, make sure you drag over the set size to 100% so it goes back to its original size. And make sure you drag over the go to X, Y position block and do that before you test your code. And then you can try and turn around, test out with having some of your characters bounce off the edge. And then you can also play around with your characters bouncing up and down, which is really fun. So have fun with that.